Hi, I'm Ethan Kwan, and today I am going to be showing you how to make the game Asteroids in Scratch. No, not that kind of asteroids. Yes, that type of asteroids. All right. So the game, right? The game Asteroids was released in 1979. It used to be this arcade game, arcadey game. And it's basically a spaceship that can turn and shoot, and it's supposed to try and get as many bunch of points while avoiding all the asteroids. So I'm going to show you how to make that today. Now, I have a new Scratch project up and running. By the way, you might notice that some of the controls in Scratch are a little bit different, as in this debugger thing and how this side moves in and out. Don't worry about it. It's just an extension that I have. It's called Scratch Add-ons. If you just search it up, I bet you'll find it. Anyway, so that's just that, and yeah. So let me just lock this, so it's just like how you might normally do it. Ignore this debugger thing because it's not much. Anyway, so let's get started. So first, if we want to have asteroids, we must first create the player. Wow. My fan's really going crazy today. One sec. Let me just plug in an alternate fan. There we go. There we go. All white. I'm sorry if you can hear that fan noise. It's just the computer. Anyway. So if we want to create if we want to create the game, we first need a player. Let me just get rid of the tab there. So let's first create our player. Let's first delete the cats, right? Yes, I do. And then let's go to the background, convert to bitmap, grab the fill tool, I guess, and paint it not a complete black, but an almost black. So like that is good. Not like this, like a nice space gray. Like that. Maybe a little bit brighter. Like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright. And now let's paint a new sprite. And this sprite is going to be our player sprite. So let's name it player. Alright. And let's zoom in. And oops, I accidentally clicked that button. Oh no. So let's first shrink that. So we have more area to work with. Alright, so this is pretty much how I draw any spaceship, really. I first create a square. I fill it white. No, I fill it black with a white outline. Okay, and now let's create a square. It doesn't really matter what size. You'll adjust it later. I'm going to make it 16 by 16, or is that 8 by 8? I don't know. Yeah, 16 by 16. Whatever. So make sure to hold down Shift while dragging, so it creates a perfect square. And let's just, whoops. I have to try that again. Alright, as I was saying, hold down Shift to create a perfect square and let go. Now we have a perfect square. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go and click this reshape tool. And we're going to go ahead and delete one of the corners. Alright? And now let's go back to the move tool. Hold down Shift while dragging, so it moves it at 45-degree intervals like this, and then we're just gonna make a point this way like that, and let's center it. And now let's drag this top reshape tool right here, this reshape handle. I don't know what it's called. And then we're gonna hold down Option or the Alt key, and we're just gonna drag. And that will shape it by the center, which is really cool, and it's really useful if you're trying to make it something really perfect like this. You can really change it however you like. I'm gonna make this a little. Oops. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer. Does that look? I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna shrink it a little bit, and I'm gonna make it bigger like that. All right. So those are some tools that you might like. Oh, one more thing. Let's first center it, right? So that this plus symbol right here, it just centers, it snaps like that. Let's just make sure it does that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it a little bit to the left. So I want it to move it like like this, but like not up or down. See, I'm trying my best to move it. No, oops, up or down. Yeah, I can't do it. So let's let the computer do this for us, and we're gonna hold down Shift again and drag, and now, as you can see, oops, yeah. Now, as you can see, we can only move on this or up or down, which is pretty cool, right? Unless you drag it far away, then it goes on 45 degrees. But I'm just gonna make sure to just drag it over to about here, because that's kind of perfect. All right, and now let's fill it with what color is the background? Let's see. Convert it back to vector. Color. What's the color here? I think I have to draw it in vector to make it look good. Oops, square tool, like that. Change the brightness a little bit. Change that back down, up a little bit. Okay, brightness is 17, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right here. Brightness is equal to 17, and make it 0 there. And now it should be the same color as the background, and you'll never know that it's actually filled inside. So that's the player sprite, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a trick to make the corners a little bit rounded, because who doesn't like rounded corners? Like that. I do. It makes the shape look cute. For some reason. I'm not sure why. If you study psychology, please let me know down below in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's go back here. That looks a little bit cut off right there, so I know of a trick, and this trick is to zoom all the way out, and I'm gonna go ahead and create a square all the way around it. Make sure to center it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with no color and no outline, like that. And now, as you can see, it's not chopped off. Yay! We fixed it. Okay. Alright, so we've just created the player sprite. By the way, I had to redo this because I made a little bit of a mistake with the code, and yeah. I'm first gonna save and refresh, just so that all the changes take. Yes, okay, perfect. So I'm going to, don't worry about what I just did, whatever. Anyway, so, so let's code up the player sprite. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What happened to the player sprite? Right. Oh, why is 251? 0. 0. Okay. Oh, I have to make it point in direction. Point in direction 90. Alright. So, anyway. So, let's go ahead and go to events. And we are first going to create the movement script. So, let's go ahead and grab a one green flag clicked. Inside this one green flag clicked, we are going to go ahead and go grab a forever loop, and inside this forever loop, we're going to do all our coding. So first of all, actually, let me just get rid of all these variables here. I'll tell you what they are in a moment. It was just there from recording before. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and create a variable, and I'm going to call it speed. All right, and make sure it's clicked for this sprite only. Okay, and click OK. And at the very beginning, let's set speed to 0. And let's go ahead and inside the forever loop, we're going to grab an if, go to sensing, if key up arrow pressed, then change speed by 1, all right? And then after the if, we're going to go ahead and move speed steps. Yeah. Let's see. All right, it's no friction. No friction is boring. Let's enable friction. So I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to call it friction. And I'm going to for this sprite only, click for this sprite only, and click OK. Let's hide these variables. Let's also go ahead and at the very beginning, let's set friction to 0.97, which is just from testing. It's just a good number. Friction to 0.97, and then yeah, so that's good. And then we're going to go ahead and set speed to, grab a multiplication sign, speed times friction. And that's just basically how you enable friction. Check this out. Oh, we have to. Okay, first of all, let's go to motion and grab a go to x 0 y 0, and let's try this out. Yeah, yay, friction. Why is it going off the screen? Wee. Why is it still going off the screen? Wee. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So now we have friction enabled. As you can see, if I actually turn on the speed variable here, if I press, then as you can see, speed goes up really high, and then when I let go, it slowly shrinks down until it hits 0. All right. So this is already pretty much asteroid. No, I'm just kidding. So water. How do you always catch? How is it that I'm always dehydrated when I make a video? It's weird. Anyway, so let's turn off the speed variable, and now let's add turning. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new variable called turn speed, right? And for this ride only. Click OK, and then we're going to go ahead and set turn speed to 0. And then I'm actually just going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to get rid of the if, like this, and let's move that out of the way for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and change turn speed by, and this is the kind of weird part. I'm going to go to operators, and then I'm going to grab a minus sign, and then go to sensing, grab a key, right arrow pressed, and put that in the right side. Yeah, you probably never knew you could put it in an operator like that. And then on the left side, we're just going to duplicate that and say key left arrow pressed. Now, what does this do? What does this block even do? Now, what happens if I hold down one of these keys, like right arrow? Let's say I'm holding down the right arrow, and then I'm going to click the thing. Now, what do you think will happen? Whoa, okay, so we got a 1. And that means that if we get a 1, we're holding down the right arrow. And if we hold down the other arrow, whoa, okay, so we get a -1. And if we're holding down both, we get a 0. So that's the magic of this little trick that that kind of helps and only just shrinks down your code by a lot. Anyway, so let's take this and put that inside the change turn speed by, and now we will see if that works. Yeah, boo! Whoop. All right, so that's perfect. Now let's go ahead and add friction. So I'm going to go ahead and set turn speed to turn speed times friction. And then I'm going to, instead of move speed steps, I'm going to grab a turn 15 degrees. And instead of 15 degrees, I'm going to, you guessed it, turn speed degrees. And there we go. And now, as you can see, we have turning. Wee, and we can even move. Woo, fun. Loop-de-loops. Woo. Where is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll stop having fun now. Okay, so let's go to motion and quickly grab a pointing direction 90 at the very beginning, right there. And now it should just point in that direction. Great. So, now, that's great. We have movement down. Now, let's add a function so that we can loop. So, in the original Asteroid game, if you move your spaceship across the screen like this and make it go off the other side, then it will appear on this side. Now, clearly that's not working right now, so let's code that in. So I'm going to go to my blocks, and I'm going to create a block. And this block is going to be first called, let's call it, I don't know, move forward. All right, and click OK. And now let's drag everything before the change turn speed into this block. So I'm just making it more organized, and I'm going to just drag them move forward in there. And over here, let's do the same thing with this. Create a new block called turn. Yeah, sure. Let's call it turn. Click OK, and let's put that under there, and drag this in here. Great. So this should just work exactly the same. I've just made it a little bit neater by just making these custom blocks. So I'm just going to move these over, and I'm going to create a new block, and this one's going to be called loop. And you can click OK. And now let's go to control. Now, of course, there are many ways to do this in Scratch, and there are always many ways to do this in coding. But I'm going to do one of the easier ways that make a lot of sense to me, and I'm just going to do a bunch of ifs. So I'm going to grab first an if then, and inside the condition, we're just going to put a, go to operators, grab a greater than, and inside this greater than, we're going to say greater than 240, because that's the edge of the screen. And actually, no, 235. 35. And then we're going to go ahead and drag the X position from motion into the left side. And now it should read, if X position is greater than 235, then, and then we're just going to grab a set X to negative 235. Not 135, negative 235. And then I'm just going to duplicate that, make sure to change the less than into a greater, the greater than into a less than, like this, alright? And let's say negative 235. If it's less than negative 235, then I'm going to go ahead and set X to 235, right? So now we should be able to teleport from left to right. Well, not teleport. Where'd it go? Did it? Oh, I keep forgetting to do this. Go to My Blocks and grab the loop block and put it in the for loop. Alright, so now it should work. Yay! But notice, this is kind of an annoying bug that it kind of just jumps without being smooth. Like, watch this. It just like kind of jumps instead of just like going off the screen, waiting a little bit, and then popping up on the other side of the screen. Now, that is a feature of Scratch that is really annoying, and all coders hate. No, I'm just kidding. Some people really don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to costumes, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new costume, paint it, and I'm going to zoom all the way out, and then I'm going to create a huge square, like this big, like huge. Wow, that is big. Oops. Ta-da! That's a big square. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill it with no color, and outline, also no color. And now we just have a blank square, just hanging out here. Alright, and I'm going to call it big. And this is going to help us transition. Alright, so let's go to the code, and let's go ahead and switch costume to big before we do anything. At the very beginning of the for loop, and then at the very end, we're going to switch costume to costume 1. Alright, and now there's nothing changed. Nothing changes. Now, one thing that we can do is actually change these limits here. So what if we change it to like 250 and negative 250? 250, negative 250. And now if we try it, ta-da! It works. Now, that's a little bit too fast for me, so I'm just going to change it to like 270, negative 270, negative 270, 270. Alright, so this should work now, and let's see how it goes. Yay, woo, nice. Woohoo, it's smooth, which is exactly what I want. Watch this. Woo! Yay, nice. So, that's the X. Now let's do the Y. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate all of this, and I'm going to go to motion, grab a Y position block, put that in there, change this into a Y position as well, change these into Y positions, set Y to, Alright, so let's change these bounds. So let's say 210 and negative 210 and negative 210. I just chose them randomly, by the way. And 210. Alright, so let's hide the turn speed variable. It kind of gets in the way. And let's try it. So let's try moving up. Come on. Where'd it go? Okay, oh, yeah, duh. You have to attach that. Alright, so let's try that again. Move up, move up, move up. I'm really bad at controlling this. Actually, I'm going to change the friction down. Actually, I can't do that because this friction variable is already here, so I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to call it turn friction, or turn friction, and for the sprite only, okay. Set, and then at the very beginning, I'm going to say turn friction is equal to 0.94. All right, and now let's, instead of friction for the turn, I'm going to say turn friction. All right, let's try that again. I think that's a little bit better. And let's try it. Yay! And let's check if we can still go this way. Yep. And now we can just play around. Yay! Woo, 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 woo. Go up, yes. Okay, this is really fast. Let's slow down. Let's actually set the friction to something larger, like 0.98. I think that'll make a big difference. Oh, no, wrong way. 0.95. Yeah, the other way. Yeah, that's much better. It's like going through like lot more dust. Let's try 0.9. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good. And the turn friction, let's also set to 0.9. Yeah, woo! Nice, okay. So I bet that's good. I think. I'm pretty sure that's good. Alright, so that's that. We have movement and we have scrolling, which is nice. Whee. Let's change the friction to like 0.92 because it's kind of slow. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so that was actually how I wanted to end the video, but since I have like 5 minutes, I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and create a new sprite, and I'm going to call, and let's create our bullets. So let's go ahead and call this one bullets, or laser, why not? And inside here, I am just going to go ahead and create a line, and it's going to be white, like this. Create a line, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Like that, it's just a line, and let's make it thicker. Right, that's a little bit too thick. That's pretty good, okay. And to avoid any chopping off, let's go ahead and grab the player sprite. Let's grab this big honking box. Where'd it go? Did I even add the big honking? I'm sure I added the big honking box. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna copy it and then paste it in here, and there we go. It's not gonna be cut off now. All right. So inside here, I'm gonna first go to events, grab a when green flag clicked. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna grab a forever loop, and before the forever loop, I'm gonna go to looks and grab a hide, go forever, and then I'm gonna say if key. Actually, no, let's do mouse down. If the mouse is clicked, then I'm going to say, actually, let's go to operators. Let's grab an OR. Let's put that in there, and grab a key space press there. And now we can either press the space bar or mouse down. And then let's go ahead and grab a wait until, and go to operators and grab a not mouse down or key space press. So now we have to actually wait before pressing it again. Yeah. So actually, that's kind of annoying to do, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and create a clone of myself, and then, and that's it, literally. I'm gonna go to control and grab a wait 0.05 seconds. All right. And so, if I shoot, we should see a bunch of clones, but we don't. Why is that? That's because we didn't show them. So let's go to when I started the clone. Let's go ahead and show. All right. Where are they? Oh, I have to press the space bar. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a new block to initialize the clones. So I'm going to call it init clones, which stands for initialize clones. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to just drag this all in here. And then I'm going to say go to player, and then point towards point in direction, go to sensing, grab the backdrop number of stage, and change this to player, and change this to direction, and then we can just drag that there. And now, where are they? Where are they? Oh yeah, I have to drag the initialize. I keep forgetting that. I told you. Init clones, right there. And now, let's try this. Yay! Now we can make a figure 8, and with a little bit of a scarf, I guess. Anyway, it was an 8 with a scarf. Woo. Oh, it's a circle. Yay! Woo! Yay! That's a lot of clones. I think that's why it's getting slow. Alright, so when I start the clone, I am just going to say, I'm going to say, repeat until touching edge, and then I'm going to delete this clone. Delete this clone. Repeat until touching S, and then delete this clone. And then I'm going to say, motion, move 10 steps. Let's try it. Yay! Woo! Woo! What if we go on the edge? Woo. Woo. Oh, we're faster than the bullets. Fun. It's like a trail that goes behind you. That's cool. Where is it? Where's the player? Yep, there it is. Okay, anyway, I'll stop playing around now. Okay, so I think that's enough stuff for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe, like, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to not miss part 2 of how to make, whatever it's called, Asteroids in Scratch. Thank you for watching. See you at howtodosomething.com, and see you next time. Bye.